decided to make this video. So if you're reading the title, you know what this video is about. And I feel like I can talk about it, but like I also feel like I'm kind of in denial. So basically, I went in for my first midwife appointment. I was 11 weeks. This was not, well, it was the 14th, so it's been like 10 days or something. And you know, at 11 weeks you should hear the heartbeat. So she puts the Doppler on my belly and there's no heartbeat. And she puts the Doppler, or they have like a little ultrasound. She puts the ultrasound on my belly. And I've had 2 babies, so I know like what you're supposed to see on an ultrasound. And there was like nothing there at all. And my midwife, she's so sweet, she's like, maybe your dates are just off. Except for I know when I ovulated, so I know like my dates weren't off. And not by like 5 weeks. So they sent me to get like to a different place to get an ultrasound. And they did a transvaginal and a like abdominal ultrasound. She's doing the abdominal ultrasound. They don't like to like tell you what's going on, which I think is really frustrating. Like in the sonogram when you're like waiting for anything. And she's like, well, I don't she was nice actually. She's like, well, I don't see anything that looks like a baby. She's like, but I need to go like talk to the doctor or whatever. And so like we're sitting there for like 20 minutes. And she comes back in and she's like, okay, well, your midwife's gonna call you. So she calls, I get to the car and she calls me and she's like explaining it. She's like, they're calling it a blighted ovum. So basically, the cells that are supposed to like divide and make the fetus don't, but the cells that make the placenta and like the gestational sac do their job. So you actually do form a placenta and you do form a gestational sac, and your HCG goes up and you have symptoms like you know normally would, but there's no baby. So like, sorry. But for a, you know, that's really hard to like wrap your mind around. Like, technically, was I even pregnant? I'm sorry. So, I think for any woman, once you pee on a stick and there's 2 lines, I think, like, you're pregnant, and it's like that baby's just, like, you just plan for the future, and that baby is, like, already in your mind. You're already thinking about what they're gonna look like, you know, and is it gonna be a boy or girl, and who's this person gonna be, you know, and then, so for 11 weeks, you think you're growing this person, and then that's just taken from you. And I can't explain the feeling, but I pray that no one has to feel that. And I know people do, and I know that so many people go through miscarriage, but no one should have to. And there's so like after my appointment, they drew my blood at my appointment before I got the other ultrasound, and it was like my HCG was like 60,000 or something. And then she's like, "We'll just come back. Your body may like miscarry on its own. Just come back in a few days for a lab draw." And so I did, and I asked her, I said, "So what if it goes up?" And she's like, "If it goes up, we'll just wait a couple weeks and do another ultrasound. Maybe your dates are off, or she said maybe you started to miscarry and then you got pregnant again." She's like, "It does happen." I said, "Okay." So then when I got the results, well, and then she told me, so either you can have a D&C, which I didn't want to do. There's so many complications, and I just don't want to have surgery. You can let your body do it naturally, or you can take meds that'll essentially send you into labor and miscarry. So I got the results a couple days later, and they had went down like 11,000 points. So at that point, I decided that I wanted to take the meds because I didn't want it to happen when I was at work or something like that. I wanted to be with my husband and somewhere where I felt loved, you know. So, that's what happened. That's what we did on Sunday. And it was miserable. Like, you'd cramp and it's like labor. And there's a lot of blood, but then like it's tapered off quite a bit. I'm still bleeding. It's been over a week. Or no, I guess it'll be a week on Sunday. I just wanted that baby so bad. And what's horrible about this situation is I'm still nauseous and I'm still throwing up. But there's nothing there. There's nothing. And I know, like, I just need to put my faith in the Lord. It just, it's gonna be okay, and I'll be okay. It's just hard, man. Hard. And I took a video on the way to my appointment, and while we were there, I don't know if I'm gonna post them. I might to this video, but, the hardest part is that my 3-year-old son knows what's going on, and he asks where the baby's at. And when we got the ultrasound, he said, "Did you find the baby yet? Did you find the baby yet?" And I told him, you know, baby went with Jesus, okay? And just the other day, he looked at me and he said, "Mama, I missed the baby." And I said, "Me too, buddy." I think that's the hardest part, is him. So, there's that. For any of you that are going through this or have gone through it, you'll make it through. You know, and it'll be okay. I just know it was nothing you could have done. Okay. Well, until next time. Bye.